Hello, my name's Calvin. You're watching the Tech Guy Mist, and today we're going to redo a C64 power supply. Let's do it. The first and absolutely the worst part of redoing a C64 power supply is actually opening up the power supply box. What I like to do is start with a knife, and I don't cut, I don't slice, I just sort of get the blade in there and kind of push it down like a lever, like a lever action right here, to just cut through some of the glue that might be holding the edges in place. And I take the tip of a screwdriver, and right here you can see there's a little opening where the cord attaches to. You can see it right there. You can get a screwdriver into there. So what you will do is, or what I normally do is, I put the screwdriver in, lift it up a little bit, and then I sort of take the screwdriver and use it as a a wedge, and I'll usually put it at an angle and just slide it down or hit it down with my hand to kind of just crack the case loose. As you can see right there, that's basically what's happened there. And so I'll do that with all the corners, and it's going to take a while. You need to be careful and take it slow, and don't rush anything. As you can see here, I'm not using a lot of force, and I'm not rushing it, because if you do, you might break something. I mean, this is old plastic, so you want to be careful. You want to just take it easy. You're not going to get away with not leaving any kind of marks at all, but generally you can keep it to a minimum, and it doesn't really look that bad afterwards. But yeah, so we're going to speed this up quite a bit and maybe stop it at the most interesting parts, and then from there we'll move on. And coming up here, you'll be able to hear a crack. And that is just the case coming loose from the corner there. So just keep at it. Slow and steady wins the race, and you'll get it off eventually. Another thing that I like to do once it starts getting closer to coming off is sort of just stick the screwdriver in and turn it so it sort of opens it up just a little bit, like right here. I'm not really sliding it down. I'm kind of just like getting the screwdriver in and twisting it just a little bit. And here you'll see I'm twisting it and moving it down, and it's going to make a big crack and come off. Like a lot of it will come off loose. So You just got to keep working with it like this, and eventually it'll come. And now we're very close to getting it off. Sweet satisfaction. There it is. Big clump of hard stuff. Now the problem is getting these wires out. These are in a little bit deeper than I've seen them before, so while I did work a little bit trying to get them out with my knife and screwdriver, I decided forget it. Since I got to get the block out anyway, that I'm just going to smash all of that stuff and hopefully get the wires out intact. So let's move on. So to get that hard block out of there, just use 2 pieces of wood and put them up against those fake vent things, because those are pretty strong and they're stronger than most woods would be. So you can just take it and you'll have a free space in the middle for the cement or putty, hard putty stuff or whatever it is they put in there to come out. Just hold that against it and kind of hold it kind of tight and just slam it against the ground. You don't even have to slam it all that hard. It'll come out eventually, especially if you do like right here, like kind of move the sides out a little bit to get them a little bit loose. And then once that's done, you can the block will come out. Should come out here pretty soon. There it is, starting to come out. Just a couple more hits, and then I can just pull it out myself. Once I get this out, I'm going to try to smash it. There it comes. And there it is. And now I want those wires to be intact, so I'm just going to slam the crap out of it onto the sidewalk. It worked fairly well. The wires weren't damaged. One wire kind of had a little cut, but I don't know why. It's probably from this, but anyway, it worked fairly well. It's not like I was going to keep any of that stuff anyway. Part off. I need to clean this up. Better. Don't break the wires, just break the, well, one wire is broken, but that's long enough. Look at this black one. And there's one sort of still embedded, but I decided I could take that in and get it out by just like using some pliers or something. But first of all, I needed to clean that mess up. And here's what I was able to salvage from the wires. Not bad. Not great, but not bad.
64. This goes to the wall outlets. And here we have the case, which I tried to clean the best I could, but see, it goes back in there really easily. All right, so we have this 5-volt power supply here, and this takes AC and converts it to 5 volts DC, and we're only going to be putting 9 volts into this, so it will never really get very hot. For our 9 volts, we have a 9 volt AC to AC adapter, and this is from Jamico. And you can see here, input 120, output 9 volts. So that's exactly what we want. But we got to get inside of this thing. So I'm going to use my Dremel. We will get inside of this. These are a little expensive, but you know, they're good quality. The only thing in here really is a transformer. That's the only thing in here. Of course, because I've already, like I said before, I've already done one of these. But yeah, so it's just a transformer. That's all that's inside of here. Nothing else at all. A transformer with plugs attached to it. So anyway, let's get it out and get inside of it. Rest of that can stay. And well, for now, I'm just going to clip these off. All right. So we need to cut this, and we'll these are the two things we need. I've put these in here the way that they're going to go to make sure that they will fit. So this is going to go in here like this, and then this is going to go in here like this. And these wires here are our mains voltage. This will go in here like this, and the black and white wires will connect to the transformer. This is the earth ground, and it's going to go to this, to the 5 volt, because it actually has a place for earth ground here. I wanted to extend that, but this I've already done the measurements, and I won't have to extend these wires at all. So what I'm going to do is, first I am going to drill a hole for this fuse. So, and I'm just going to put it basically right here. It's already kind of scratched there. In any case, so I'm going to put this basically right here. So I'm going to take this apart. Undo this. I'm just going to use this to sort of scribe the basic outline of it. And then I will select a drill bit. That's plenty good. I don't know if you can see it, but now
Okay, so while I'm drilling here, I just want to say something about these wires. You want to make sure that you have the live and neutral wires right. So do a continuity test just to make sure. And all I'm doing here is just extending the wires from the cables using a thick wire that I cut off of an old extension cord. So I'll spare you all of that. But I basically just hold it on with my little magnifying glass holder thing there and then just solder them together.
So now I have it correct. I have the 120 volts, not the 9 volts, going to the 5 volt power supply DC out. I don't know why. I forgot. Like I said, I've used these exact parts before, but I forgot. It happens. So now let's test it. This is going to be our 9 volt AC, which is what we need, and our 5 volt DC will be right here. They fit nicely inside the box. Now let's give it a try. Jerk. Okay. There it is, 5 volts. All right, so we're good. So it's working. Now, it's gonna feel how hot this gets. Not very. It's fine. Okay, so got all that done. What I'm going to do now is put the other cable in. I'm going to unplug it first. So we've got the other end here. And I already happen to know that these two are my AC 9 volt in, and this one is ground. I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna recheck it just to make sure. So, and this is the 5 volts, but I'm gonna check it to make sure. So if you're looking at it like this, you see it. So if you're looking at this cable like this, these two at the top are your AC supplies. The one in the center here at the bottom is ground, and the one over here to the right of that is the 5 volts. And we're just going to check it to see which color's which. We're just going to do a continuity test. So I already know the black ones are my AC, but I'll go ahead and do it because this video just needs to be longer. I'm kidding. There. Not that one. That one. Okay. And what we really want to see, make sure, is the negative and 5 volts. So do I have it touching? I need some little hooks for this multimeter. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is the ground, and this will be our 5 volts. All right. So that's it.
So now I'm just going to attach the wires from the cable to the corresponding wires from the power supply. there's no need for you to watch me do all this soldering, but at least not in regular speed. But once I get that done, we will test it to make sure that each of our pins are giving the proper voltages.
Okay, so we've got everything connected here, and then we're just going to test. I'll get down later. So I'm going to plug it in and test the voltages. All right. Start with the 9 volts. $10.7. All right. Okay. 10.7. All right. So I got 10.7 for the AC. And for the DC, we have 509. All right, so we're good. So now I'm just going to mix up some JB Weld and put the case on, and it will be done. Okay, so I have the JB Weld here, and that should be enough. I'm not going to use a ton. And I'm just going to put some underneath this, even though it's you can plug it. Almost shocked the crap out of myself. Come on, no, there. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. There we go. Okay. So I just need a little bit there. It'll really hold it in place. As you can see, runnier. Don't like these double things though, because lots of times you end up getting less of the less of the hardener, and then it doesn't harden completely, and that sucks. I'd rather do it myself. I'd rather waste a little bit of the
So I'm just putting this JB weld in here to just make sure that these don't fall out, and I don't want to put too much but not too little, so they're going to be upside down their whole lives, so I want to make sure that they stay in there.
So here we are, a day later. Everything's staying in there. Well, quite sure it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm just going to pack these wires in. That's good. Put the top on. Or the bottom, actually. It's one direction this goes on easier than the other, so I think it's this one. I'll turn it around and see if it goes on easier. There we go. Here we have it. Are much lighter. Yeah. Quite a bit lighter. And much safer C64 power supply with fuse. Let's go ahead and give it a test. Okay, here we are. Power supply I just showed you. I don't really bother with doing anything to hold this on. They seem to stay on fairly well from what I've seen, but if you want to, you can put some tape or something here to hold it on. Personally, it seems to be okay to me. It shouldn't be moving that much once it's in a good place where you're going to keep it, but let's try it. All right, she works. I haven't tried this. I don't think I've tried this C64 yet. So I don't know how this one works. I've had it for a while. Like I said, I haven't really had a chance to test it. So many other things going on. Anyway, so as you can see, power supply is working well. No danger, really, of anything bad happening. And you're all set. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe or give me a like. Leave a comment if you'd like to do that. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.